Hello and welcome to episode 12, season 12 of Meat Pie Sausage Roll with the mighty Latics, Oldham Athletic. As always, thanks for joining me. You know your view is the most important thing, but if you really want to help me and my channel out, you can comment, give me a thumbs up, become a patron, watch an advert. If you're bored, go and put the kettle on halfway through the episode. But if you're brand new, subscribe, come and join the family. Make sure you all hit that bell and you'll never miss an episode of this series, which is running till Christmas. You won't miss the road to anywhere. You won't miss anything else. They do. Well, yeah, you don't want to, do you? You don't, because we're best friends, aren't we? I know we are. Anyway, season 12, can we believe we're here? Not really. There's a little short series. It's had some legs, hasn't it? And I'm enjoying every minute of it. I've played a lot of it. I've been hard at it. Stayed up late last night, got up early this morning. I've just took the kids to my mother's, so I could finish it off and film this for you. I don't know when it's going to come out though, but got a lot to get through. It's crazy. So much to share with you because it was just mental. Things like this can snowball sometimes, and we definitely turn into a massive giant snowball, and we're rolling down the hill now at about 400 miles an hour, and seriously, it's awesome. I'm not saying what happens at the end is awesome, but the things that happen at the beginning were brilliant. So let's find out. Now, just in case you're wondering why I'm wearing a Switzerland goalkeeper shirt, it's all thanks to one of my good friends, CP, Christian Peter, friend of the channel, but friend of mine. We've become good friends now over the years. We speak often. I genuinely love the guy. He's a lovely bloke, even though if you've ever seen him in any of my content, he always plays up to this character that is a bit of an asshole. He's nothing like that. It's like Lee Greenshields. They both play the opposites of what they are in real life, and they're both really lovely blokes. But CP is a generous guy. I mean, he got me some caps recently. He's bought me stuff before, which is fantastic. He's a patron as well, and I really appreciate his support and his friendship. And he joked that if Switzerland won, because he's from Switzerland, if Switzerland won the first game in the World Cup, he'd get me a shirt. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I thought he was joking. He wasn't joking, and he sent me a Switzerland goalkeeper shirt, which is amazing. I've pretty much wore it every day since because I love it that much. Probably could wash. Yeah. I could probably do with washing it, but he didn't just send me this. He sent my 2-year-old Jackson a full home Switzerland baby kit, and my 5-year-old Fletcher a home shirt as well. So honestly, the guy's a legend, and I really appreciate him. Now, the first bit of awesome news for Oldham Athletic is we're getting a new stadium. Yes, we are now. You might remember at the end of the last episode, I think we'd just done the training facilities, but they said no to the youth. Now, I asked them to do that again, and they've said yeah. And I asked them to do a stadium, but I said they ignored me, and I thought they'd ignored me. But as the summer rolled on, well, I think it's about 4 days later, boom, we're getting news. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to go through. Sometimes it can fall through, but apparently we're getting a new stadium, a 32,000 brand spanking new stadium, which apparently is going to look like this. Now, onto the finances, and they're in a great place. I've still got 21 million to spend, money in the wages, 96 million in the bank. How have I done this? Well, even though I scouted, there's a lot of okay players out there. I've only actually bought two. I've bought two very good players, I think, and 2 players have left, but like for like players, because I like my squad. I think they achieved good things last year. The second highest goal scorer in the league. We nearly got into Europe, right? And there's a lot of youth in it, a lot of promise, a lot of good star ratings. So sometimes, some of these lads have been here a while. Some of them it was the first season. I made a lot of changes last year. We had 11 new players coming. So I've gone down the road of, I've addressed 2 areas. 2 lads wanted to leave, and I've found good players, better players to replace them. Let's stick with this young side. Let's see if they can grow for another season. Before I just don't want to keep buying for buying's sake. Let's try and develop these lads. So out the door was my left back, Sam Murray, who's a legend. He's my starting left back for many, many, many years. He's been a backup player for the last couple. I mean, he's put in a ton of games for us. I only got 100 grand for him. Sold for 375 grand. It's Mathieu Favel, the Frenchman, who on paper I was quite liked, but he was never very good. I tell you what, Cardiff, they seem to find some good players. Got a good midfielder from him last year, and we've got this lad from him this year, Thomas Nygard Clausen. Left back, centre half, he'll play both for me, mainly as a left back. He is left footed. It's going to cost me 50 odd million combined. I've not paid that in one go, of course. The next player on our list, and the last player I've signed, is Dord Janikjic, or whatever. He's Serbian, 23. He's also playing for his country, which is absolutely amazing. Now, he's cost me just over 21 million. He was at Newcastle. They'd loaned him out last year. He was up for sale, so he's obviously not good enough for them. But I think for us, international, got some real good qualities. Obviously, these young lads, they've improved slightly, and you kind of know what they're all about by now. You probably know what they look like if you paid attention in the last episode. But I did mention I wanted a goalkeeper, and there just wasn't any. There was. Aaron Ramsdale is now like, he's really good still, right? He's up for sale at Arsenal. 1.9 million, right? I thought this is perfect. It looks really good. Get a good season or two out of him, but he's third. It looks like he wasn't even making the bench because they've got two young bloody wonderkid goalkeepers at Arsenal now. And they accepted me bid of 1.9 million. He said no. Dude, come play. You'd be playing week in, week out. I don't get it. I don't understand that. Now maybe it's a little oversight on my part. Maybe I should have looked really. Maybe paid more attention, but I didn't think. I think the process with me and this series and the way I do these is I rush quite a bit and I don't look at a lot of things. It saves a lot of time. I don't, when you're chilling out at home and you're on save, you sit down, have a nosy, have a cup of coffee and mooch around, see who's doing what. And I've not, right? I don't do that. It's time saving. I've fine-tuned my system to pump through a season so I can make a video for you and me. So I should have looked. Now you'll know we finished 8th and we missed out in Europe, didn't we? Was it goal difference, I think, against Newcastle? I should have looked though, because on the 18th of May, Newcastle beat Leicester in the Europa League final. If they beat Leicester in the Europa League final, that means they got the Champions League spot. And then over to the Champions League. Man United beat Liverpool on the 28th of May. Right? And I jumped forward to June and I didn't even look. If I had just looked at that league table again, I'd have seen this. All the comments I got in the last episode saying, you've done so well. We'll get Europe next year. No, we've got Europe this year. Totally didn't realise. Didn't get it. I don't know if anyone else, no one's mentioned it in the comments of my last video, so I think you noticed it either. We were in Europe. We ended up in Europe, and I didn't even get this until it came up for someone. I went, what? I think I looked on my screen. It went, Europe. What? And I had to go back and look myself. So you've got Liverpool in the Champions League, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Everton. United are in it because they won it, even though they finished 6th. Newcastle are in it because they won the Europa League. So that's 6 teams in the Champions League. Man City are in the Europa League. We're in the Europa League. Europa Conference League. You'll see our pre-season. It never means too much. One good thing was we finally got an affiliate in America. It wasn't an MLS team, but I do like Sacramento. I just love the club. Love the logo. So you still get them same links with America. It helps with money apparently. I don't know if it does. It used to. I don't know how much it does these days, but I like the idea of always having a link in the States. We're now joint 1,000-1 to win the league with Watford and Sunderland. They still don't fancy us, but they, like Chris said in the comments, they never learn. They never learned with me, did they? These bookies, because we finished 8th last year, and I think we could do the same. Lots and lots of football. Lots and lots of football. So let's jump forward to January and see what's going on. We're going to start here in the finances, and they're in a great place. They're in a good place. We're at the new improved Boundary Park, which will only be our home for a short time, maybe now. It looks like we could be out of here in a year or two, which is exciting. I want to play in that new stadium, hopefully, before Christmas. We'll see what we can do. I've got a good few days off now, so I'm hoping I can bust out another season pretty quick for you, get it out early next week. We'll see. But Europe, I think I want to jump straight into Europe because it's a Europa League and it's the new European format on this game. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not. It's a bit weird. You're in one big league, but you only play a certain amount of teams. I B-teamed pretty much all of it. Now, at this stage, I've only got 2 games left to play in it. It's weird, isn't it? I hope is this really going to happen? And it's the same for all 3 European competitions, right? So you only play a select few teams. But look at this. Us and Villa at the top. Played 6-1-6. City down there. Look at City. Oh. Now, again, it's maybe a bit disrespectful saying a B team. But some of the teams I was coming up against, apart from Leipzig, we've had it quite lucky in that massive group. No big teams. Really, are they? So I went for it. Look, if you can tell here, these are players who aren't playing all the time. Again, won 3-0. Again, I won 4-1. I'm giving guys games. I mean, Christ, obviously you can't always be teaming, but 5-2. Look at this. 8-0. 8-0. Insane. Leipzig. I went. It's Leipzig, innit? So you could probably tell it's more of a first team. Beat them 4-1. I've still got 2 teams. I mean, who are they? Now in the Premier League. See? Sometimes you build a young team, let them stick together, right? And it's a process. We struggled that first year. We added 11 players last year. We did very well. At times we were great, at times we were shit. Again, this year, they have kicked on now. Are we really going to be a top 4 team? Possibly not, right? But to be halfway through and be there, the fact that I've been B team in the Europa League, it's not even the Europa Conference League, and we're sitting in a qualification spot, we're fine. Brilliant, isn't it? One area it's not going too well in is this. Now, we haven't played the FA Cup yet, obviously, but I thought I'd get this out of the way now. We beat Wolves 4-3 with a B team. I played Barnsley with a B team, and the B team let me down. So they can B team dominating the Europa League group and dominating it. Come up against Barnsley away in Yorkshire, and Barnsley stuck 6 past us. Let's have a quick look at the league, and you know, it was a bit of a mixed bag at first. Beat Leeds, lost a few games there. Drew with City, which is great. Won a couple, went in a bad run against West Ham United and Arsenal. This period is what's pushed us up to 4th. This run here, Sunderland, Spurs, Brighton, Wolves, Villa, Everton, fantastic run. Then got beat off Everton. We had to play them back to back. Hate it when it does that. Last game I played is West Ham 3-1. So, I mean, I just want to improve in the league on last year. And some of you don't care, but some of you do. Look at me start now. Nearly there. Look at all that green. I've really been able to use the majority of everybody, which is absolutely fantastic. Mr. Simen Moen is having a great season. Martinovic on the right, he's been playing very well as well. I mean, look at that. Look at that. You can see some of the appearances. You can tell who's playing more, obviously in the league, and then obviously Europe or whatever. Goals, Martin still banging them in. So is Doyshev, but he's currently injured at this moment in time. Ouchie, he'll be fine. Mr. Moen, check him out. But yeah, lots of team goals all round. I'll jump back in now. It's only the 27th of Jan, just to show you the last 2 games in the Europa League. We went for it against them 4-1. Because sometimes, depends what games you've got in and around it as well. Sometimes you beat him in another game, and it's all about just squad rotating with me. I do that quite a lot, an 18B team, or I'll have a good team and then I'll look at it, I come to a certain game and I'll go, right, these lads have played more, who's played the least amount, let's give them a chance. 8-8, the only team with a perfect record. Perfect. Great defensively, scored the most goals, on top of Man City. I mean, wow, so we all qualify. I think, if you don't know how this works now, I think it's basically, we all go through, the next lot below us, they'll have a little knockout round, and then we all get back into it. So this doesn't mean we're going to go and win it, right? But Jesus Christ. Well, last year we brought in a new head of youth, and it was an alright youth intake. This year it's much better. Got a half-decent player in Richard Booth. I've not saved it when I've already given the contracts, but I do. I offered us this group here. We've also, by the 1st of April, took a bit of a dip in the league. I mean, 4th. We were punching way above our weight at that stage, and we weren't consistent enough. We're not really good enough to be a top 4 side, I don't think, but I'd like to hopefully get back into a European spot and push higher. I'd like to finish 8th or higher, but there's still games left to play. We can see what happens with that. I'm going to say a bit shit. I haven't won a game yet this year. Oh, look at this one. Wolves. I can't explain it. In the FA Cup, we beat Brighton. Derby, I went for that. And got beat off Derby. For a team that's dominating it, we're still in it. We're in the quarter-finals. So obviously, we went to the Europa League round of 16 against Leipzig, who we'd already played and battered 4-1. Drew 3-3 with them away from home. Martin 2 goals, Mendoza, legend. Brought back to Boundary Park and beat him 2-1, as you can see. So now I've got Aston Villa. We were a good side now, right? Villa. What were they? They were up there with us in the qualifiers. Away from home, we beat them 3-1. Look at that. On paper, they were probably the better team. They got the other goal. Martin destroyed them. Mendoza, with a cheeky goal at the end. We lost, but scraped our way through. Scraped our way through. But again, we were the better team. I mean, yeah. Hard to explain sometimes this game, but it is what it is, and I don't care. I would have preferred to have won. This is the Premier League, and it's only the 27th of April. There's loads left to do, and luckily I'm on my own all day, so I've got time now to do this and finish this season, play these games. I'm going to share what we can share together, and hopefully it's good, right? So I'm still 9th, 52 points, close that gap with Villa, who are in that automatic spot. But as we know, that could change, couldn't it? It could change. So here we go. This is what I'm going to get through now over the next, hour or so. So I'm going to make myself a coffee, actually. I need a brew. We've got Manchester City in the semi-finals. A team we were higher than in the group, but obviously we didn't face. A team we've done quite well against. I'm going to do 2 short live comms with these semis. If we get to the final, brilliant. If we don't, you know what? We've got to a semi-final. It's going to have helped our reputation no end. And then hopefully with these other games, we've got Watford, Norwich, Leicester, Chelsea, Brighton. There's a lot of available points there. And we've started to do all right in the league. I mean, look what I've done in the league recently. We drew in Middlesbrough, but I beat Spurs 3-1. I beat Liverpool. We beat Sunderland. So started to pick up them points again. So, yeah. Oh man, I've been looking forward to this. But before we do, one last look at this team of mine and look at Martin. 32 goals. Doyshev plays a lot now on the right. Still scores goals. A bit more of a sub guy because Martinovic has been fantastic as well. Simon, who's been brilliant. Kuduyu not being injured, but he is. He should be back for a lot of the other games. The rest of the squad's looking all right. Of course, like I can see, some players didn't make the European squad, but I just picked players who, you know, Burton, back-end midfielder, back-end defenders. So here we are, back to the Etihad Stadium in a European semi-final. It's still surreal for me as well. Don't get me wrong, it's not something I expected. You probably didn't expect it either. We're getting to see this lovely European graphic way earlier than I thought. Now, as you can see, we are going a little bit defensive, just formation-wise, not our mentality or anything like that. I mean, it's worked against City quite a lot when I've played them away in the past, so can it do it again? It's just great to be here, and we know this stadium well. It was at home all last season, so, you know, it don't feel too bad. Miracles can happen. So let's go. I mean, City shouldn't be in the Europa League anyway, but they were pretty crap last year. Still got fantastic players. Still got Haaland, who scored a lot of goals against me in all the battles we've had over the last couple of years, but we've done well against him. I don't know if it's the way we do things. I don't know. A bit of luck. But we have played very well against them at times and competed with them at times. And not just being a Manchester United fan, I just want to beat them. I think what a statement it'd be. What an amazing thing it'd be if we can have 2 live comms here and get to a final. Might be a long episode if that happens. But we will see, won't we? I mean, Camavinga. And they've got good players, haven't they? Oh, Martin. Right, come on, boys. I nearly bought an Oldham shirt off the M&M catalogue a while ago. It's like a black and gold one they did. It was lovely. Dead cheap as well. I don't know why I didn't. I should have. Before I even thought about doing this series, just because I like Oldham. I've never done anything with him. You know the story by now. You know the reason why. But they've got some players, haven't they? Keep seeing too many fancy names pop up. Look at Foden there with the touch. Hopefully he's got a good touch like that tonight for England when we play France. Oh, come on, boys. Come on. Well done, Mendoza. Putting that pressure on. Haaland with a header, but Cronin, safe hands. Oh, it's a City onslaught. They've lofted it over to Haaland, and Haaland scored. 52nd goal of the season. Oh, here we go again. It's City. If we could just keep the damage down. And bring them back to boundary things. I don't know. You never know. I just want to show something. If we can get a goal here, it'd be amazing. I mean, away goals don't matter anymore, do they? But, you know, you need to score goals. There's Ollie on the left. Fed it through to Martin. He's at the post twice. But it's half time. City have been all over us. I mean, it says we only had 1 on target, but Martin's first shot skimmed it skimmed the post, didn't it? Maybe it skimmed it, didn't really touch it. And he's at the post, so we've shown a slight threat. So here we go. Second half has kicked off. Come on, boys, you young lads. I think a lot of people in the press and at home probably thought we were going to spend every penny we could and bring in a ton of new players, and there were some good ones. Prices were a bit crap, but here's Martin. He's nicked the ball. Can he burst through? He's got blue shirts all around him. No. But, I thought it was going to be something special. It's not. Ginger Carter on the ball. I mean, is he a regen? He is massive, isn't he? Look at the size of him. Great head of air. Oh, lofted it onto Haaland again. The long ball to Haaland, man. City, you are boring as... It got disallowed. Brilliant. Come on, Martin. Get the ball to Martin. You can't give him too many chances like he's had. He will score one eventually. Again, long ball to Haaland. Here we go, corner ball, Foden to take little Phil, who I once saw walking through Edgeley, because that's where he's from, where County is. Not long ago, a couple of months ago. Just walking on his own with his dog. Like, it's pretty rough around there as well. I might have told you this story in another video, but sat on my bus like that, watching him, like, I know you're from round here, but your watch is probably worth more than any of the houses around here. Christ. Brave. Anyway. It's still 1-0. There's still a long way to go. And City will probably score another. We need to score at least a goal. Here we've got long ball to Haaland. Long ball. They're doing us with that long ball, aren't they? We're pushing up the long ball in us. But I've dropped my line a bit because we do press and they're getting me every time with that long ball. Dropped my line a little bit. Made a few little touches. A few little tweaks I don't normally do. Staying positive though. I've changed my wingers. I've brought a new central midfielder on as well in Whittle. So let's go counter at him. See if we can just get some. I mean, 2-0 ain't that bad. But let's see what happens. Bloody long ball in us. Go on, Martin. He's done that a few times, hasn't he? Can he fit? No. Well, there we go. 2-0. Got done with that long ball. Should change maybe something earlier, especially when Haaland's long ball. I mean, every single one of them was a long ball. Got disallowed. It is what it is, though. 2-0. It's not too bad. We could recover. Well, it's time for the second leg against Manchester City in the Europa League semi-final. We need a miracle. But obviously before that I had to play a game in the league against Watford. I rotated the squad a lot, quite a bit to be fair, and we've drawn 2-2. I mean, the way I saw it is, let's rest guys, see if we can do it against City. If we get knocked out, I've got a lot of games left in the league to really hopefully get some good points, play my best team and try and push up that league. So welcome to the newly renovated Boundary Park. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Won't be our home for long because we're knocking it down and building a new one. As you can see, we're going to try and go for it. What have we got to lose? I mean, we're Oldham Athletic in a semi-final. I'm buzzing that we're here anyway. Look at that team. Come on, Oldham, in our famous blue. And I'm wearing blue today. Will me swisher bring me any luck from CP? Or as my son called him, Switzerland. Come on, Switzerland. Yeah, that's what he kept saying. Loved it. Kept calling, when we were watching Switzerland, we wore our shirts. And especially that last game, they got battered in. And he was like, I really like our new team, Daddy, but I still like England. Can I still like England? I'm like, yes, because we're English. This is our new second team for the World Cup. Now, I put money on it though. When we do get a new stadium, it better not be called the Oldham Stadium. It better be called something cool. Not necessarily named after me. Call it the Joe Royal Stadium. The Andy Ritchie Stadium, I don't care. Ooh, Roger Palmer Stadium. I want a good name. And hopefully it just doesn't look like this. It'd be nice if it's small and all the way around, wouldn't it? It'll probably look exactly like this does right now. But anyway, 35 minutes in, we're probably going out. But you know what? Like I said, I'm chuffed to bits to get this far. Great experience for a minute. They can achieve a lot. I mean, I did think to myself though, because I didn't realise we were going to be in Europe. I thought, over the season, start thinking to myself, I know we've done well, and I've rotated, and the majority of them games was technically B-team players playing in them games, but has it affected us? We got out of the domestics early. How I would have got in the league, but to have a run like this unexpectedly has been brilliant. Stevens, it's half time. It's still 0-0. We've been decent, though, haven't we? We just need to find 2 goals from somewhere in 45 minutes. Come on, Oldham. Come on, Oldham. Give us a C. Give us an I. Give us a C. Give us an S. What do you do with them? Oldham. I'm not going to put the girl up again. I can't believe no one mentioned it in the comments. I don't know if any of you noticed it. I don't know how you missed it. But I don't want to risk it again in case I get demonetised. Right, so I've made that substitution. I wanted to bring Martinovic on, but I forgot he's got a bit of a knock anyway. So Grayson, he won't play the load, and he's all right. He's come on. He's not going to win us a game, but Martin could get in the goddamn goal. What the hell? Right, here we go. Mendoza. Can we get him on the break? No, he's dilly-dallying. That's not like you, man. Better than that. Better than that. Come on, let's pinch it off him. Done that a few times. Go on, Grayson, lad. Finds Mick off. Cuts inside to Mendoza, out to Grayson on the right. Grayson's got a point to prove. Trying to find Ole Khan. Come on, boys. It's Phil bloody Foden to Haaland to freaking Kai Havertz. He can't get past the Roman wall, but Haaland can, and he booms it in the net. It would have been nice to have scored a goal over these 2 legs, and we've had some chances. Close by the post, hitting the post, just overs. I mean, yeah, on another day, things could have... Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, Calvin Decker. Now we're going for it. Full on mentality. Attack. Nice to freaking draw. Eh? Not bad. I mean, we're risking it here to lose by going all out at him in the last couple of minutes, but who cares? Got nothing else to lose, have we? You know what I mean? Oh, what's going on here? Penalty for what? Seriously. That own money. So corrupt. Well, there you go, we're out, but some achievement. Still very, very proud of my boys. Hopefully Man City go on and lose, because I don't like them. But we've had a great record against them. We really have. And, you know, we shouldn't really, for what they have, the money they have, and who we are. As we're jumping in for the last 10 minutes of the last game. I won 2, I lost 1. This is the last game. Now, we needed West Ham to win and us to win, and we've played fantastic, and West Ham were winning. Norwich equalised straight away. So unless West Ham can do us a favour, we're going to finish 8th, and if anything changes, like last year we finished 8th and I thought we were out, things could change. So we'll see. I would have liked to have finished 7th. I was hoping West Ham, who have done very well and are in 4th, could have done me a favour. I think we beat Norwich. I'll show you. Beat Norwich, beat Leicester, got battered off Chelsea, and we just battered Brighton. But somehow have we got a miracle passage into Europe again? Hopefully we have. So I mean, that win for us was massive. Battered Norwich, beat Leicester 2-0. Obviously got battered off Chelsea, and then you've just seen the end of that game, beating Brighton 4-1. Currently again has us in 8th, just like last year. Again, similar to last year. Manchester City there in the Europa Champions League, because they've won the Europa League. They beat Sevilla 3-1. Well, I wanted to spacebar it together. Just clicked on it, just bypassed the entire day. Now, Liverpool have won that 5-0, right? Has that helped? But also, don't forget, there's an FA Cup final. Manchester United won on the 13th. That had already been played, right? So, have we got an extra spot? Yes, we have. We got the Conference League place buzzing. So, look at that again. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's 6 teams again in the Champions League. That's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. With this kind of money now, much to spend. Maybe I really need to maybe upgrade. Try and upgrade a few positions if the players are available. But genuinely, I'm buzzing that I'm off now for another 3 days with money to spend in a great competition in Europe. Very excited, I can't lie. And just in case you're wondering, because I don't think we've looked, the Carabao Cup was won by Arsenal 3-2, beating Chelsea. So there we go, that's the end of the episode. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up, get involved in the comments. Anyone who helped in any other way, thank you very much. So although your view is the most important thing though, love you, long time. Hopefully I'll come back for episode 13. A number that some people think is unlucky, I don't. My dad always won number 13 for his rugby team and basketball team. Said he was unlucky for his opponent, something I copied for my high school basketball team. I always won number 13. I hope it's going to be a lucky one. No idea how the squad's going to look, if we're going to lose star players, who we're going to find to bring in to replace them all, to add to this squad. And we've got a European campaign that could be fantastic. Can we climb up that league? Let me know what you think. Stay happy, stay safe. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I hope England beat France. We can do it. We've got to believe. I believe. I'm Booed. I'll see you next time.